what the f is the United Nations? And does it even matter? Well, the UN is a place where practically all the countries in the world, 193 to be exact, sits together to talk through diplomacy instead of fighting a war. But you might ask, why the hell was it even created for? Well, as you might know, the world was in pieces in 1945 after World War II. So 50 countries gathered in San Francisco to draft and sign a very important document, the UN Charter, which laid out the principles to prevent another global war. So the UN Charter is the foundation of United Nations, something like its constitution. But it didn't stop there. They also introduced the UN resolutions, which are official decisions or declarations that the UN makes when countries vote together. But not all resolutions carry the same weight. Some are binding, meaning that countries are legally obligated to follow them. However, most resolutions are non-binding, meaning they don't force countries to act. Anyways, it still matters because it tells the world what most countries agreed on. For a resolution to be legally binding, it needs to come from the UN Security Council, which is a very important organ inside the UN. It's composed of 15 countries, of which 10 are non-permanent and change every 2 years. But there are 5 countries that are permanent and do not change. These 5 countries were the most powerful in 1945. US, Russia, China, France, and the UK. And listen closely, because this is the key. Only these 5 countries have a veto power in the Security Council, meaning that if just one of them disagrees on something, they can block the resolution. And this might be one of the reasons why the world's biggest problems, like wars, invasions, or even genocides, are unresolved for so long, because just one powerful country can say no. Still, I believe the UN Charter is one of the most important documents being written in our recent history. And I think all countries should look back and follow it. But I'm curious to hear what you think about the UN Charter and the United Nations. Do you think they are good force for the world, or they lost track? Let me know in the comments below.